Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Ho Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the second session where we are reading the introduction to Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday we saw how the Gita as the Upanishad, it's part of the, the Upanishads, and that's also the summary of all the Vedas. The complete Vedas are summarized within Bhagavad Gita. And we also saw that how Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is very authorized, and how it has to should be learned through parampara, evam parampara praptam. So we also saw through parampara it has to be learned, and how Krishna is, and this is the example which was given as a medicine bottle, where in the label, the prescription, or either the physician gives the prescription, or on the label it is written how it has to be used. The medicine itself carries its usage. Same way, Bhagavad Gita itself, within Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself is telling how Bhagavad Gita should be approached. So, so Prabhupada gives two main authority, main authentic information, that how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, where many of the editions of the books doesn't touch this aspect. First of all, they don't touch the aspect of Krishna itself. Krishna himself, they don't touch. And even if they use the word Krishna, they say that they didn't confirm he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it's very dangerous. And the person who is translating, just because he knows Sanskrit and another language, that is not the qualification to translate or purport Bhagavad Gita. So then what is the qualification to actually give Bhagavad Gita? Reading Bhagavad Gita qualification, say when you join a college, two things are there. Whether the college is authorized or not, you need to check. And the college will check you whether the student is qualified or not. So there are two aspects. So both aspects are covered here. The first aspect of how the college is authorized, the college in which we are studying, which is the translation and purport of Srila Prabhupada, how it is authorized. So that is what is written in the earlier portion. How the medicine's prescription is written in the label, same way Bhagavad Gita, inside Bhagavad Gita itself, evam parampara praptam is written. So what is this parampara? Is authorized disciplic succession. So Srila Prabhupada is coming in the authorized disciplic succession of Brahma, the Brahma who received the original Vedic knowledge from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then he taught to Narada and many of his sons and disciples. And then Narada further propagated to Vyasadeva. That is in the first chapter of Bhagavatam, it is coming how Narada propagated to Vyasadeva. And then Vyasadeva further propagated it to Madhvacharya, like this, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we have the entire Acharya Parampara list is given at the end of this introduction. That is very essential for us to understand how this book is authentic, how Prabhupada's translation is authentic when compared to any other translation. So when a person knows, because Bhagavad Gita doesn't have a copyright, anybody is taking it and okay, I know Sanskrit, I have learned something of it. And it's a good book, it's very famous. So if I translate it, I will get a lot of money. So earlier, during Prabhupada's time especially, nowadays many people are not so very interested. But because Bhagavad Gita has been very, very widely distributed, thanks to the wonderful book distribution devotees who have really done a good job. But earlier, there were so many translations which were totally interpretations. So nothing was qualified for Prabhupada to recommend, even for his disciples, to read when he cultivated devotees in different countries by taking two Bhagavatam first two cantos. But he was not able to recommend anything properly. Because of that, then Prabhupada gave us this Bhagavad Gita as it is. And he is coming in authorized disciplic succession. And inside Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling this is parampara praptam. So this comes through a bona fide disciplic succession. So Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His Guru is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. His Guru is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. His Guru is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. In this way, we go up and up and up. Then we have Narada. We have Vyasadeva, we have Brahma, we have Narada, and then Brahma, and Brahma directly received from the Supreme Lord. So in this way, the disciplic succession is very clear and connected. So this is the most authentic piece of work for Bhagavad Gita translation and purport. So Prabhupada wrote it as it is. And Prabhupada also says how that Krishna as Bhagavan, the word Bhagavan is used by Vyasadeva in order to represent Krishna whenever Krishna is speaking inside Bhagavad Gita. Moreover, many authorities have confirmed, and books, scriptures, various Puranas have confirmed how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, this is the qualification of a spiritual master. He told that he's coming in the spiritual disciplic succession. So this book is very much authorized. So we are taking it up. Okay, fine. The college in which you're going to join is correct. The institution is accredited, and it's they say no. Okay, there are many. Somebody starts a college in a village without getting accreditation from UGC or something. Then nobody would like to go and join there. Similarly, Prabhupada gives one more example. If a person wants to join a college, for example, you are having a child in your home. You are having your sister. She wants to join MBBS. Okay, so you're taking your sister, and the neighbor is telling, no, no, I can teach. Why you're paying so much in that college, and you have to spend so much time and energy and effort traveling and everything. So I can teach. I studied MBBS. And he further probe, then he says, oh, I studied MBBS. I went to college 2, 3 years I did, and then I worked as a compounder in a hospital like this. Oh, okay, they can get educated from me. Why you're paying so much fees? You can give little fees or no fees, I'll teach you. So then will you make your sister join that person or the college? So you will put it under the college because it is authentic, it's authorized, it's accredited. So the parampara accreditation is essential, that any Tom, Dick and Harry cannot become a guru. The guru should come in an authentic disciplic succession. The disciplic succession should also start from Krishna. So there are some people, some saintly people who say that I'm a saint, and they either teach Bhagavad Gita or spirituality, and you ask who their guru is, nobody. Or they may have a guru, the guru may have a guru, but before that there may not be anybody. So the disciplic succession will not go beyond, if you trace back, it should start from the Supreme Lord, then it is considered authorized. So we have this Bhagavad Gita is from authorized disciplic succession, very active parampara system in which we have got this. So Prabhupada establishes the authenticity of this institution of education, which we are going to go through. We are reading a book. Then one more thing, why Krishna? Then the qualification of a disciple, the second thing. Now, as a student, what is your qualification? You're joining a college, you should have minimum qualification to take up a particular course. Same way here, to know Bhagavad Gita, you should, that is also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, like the label of the medicine has this. And that is that qualification is the Bhaktosime Sahacheti Rahasyam Yedaduttamam. This is a rahasya, this is a secret. But this is revealed to Bhakta and Sakha, only for friends. So, for example, if you are, let us take example of yourself. You have some good knowledge, you have some subject expertise, and another person is coming and asking you, please tell me. Unless that person has a good relationship with you, if he is considering you to be enemy, will you be openly giving everything to him? You'll reserve, right? Of course, we are conditioned souls, but still, but Krishna has given this book openly, provided there is a person who is recommending, that is the Acharya. Of course, we are all envious in the material world of Krishna. That is why it became Rahasya, very secret. Because we envy Krishna, why should we know all the details about Krishna? Why should an envious person know at all? Just curiosity factor or what? So it won't benefit him much. So Prabhupada gives another example in a lecture to introduction earlier, where he is mentioning that the Bhagavad Gita is like a bottle of honey. And this bottle of honey, anybody who's taking it from the interpreted translations and other students who directly try to read Bhagavad Gita without the Acharya Parampara, they are like licking the honey bottle from outside. Oh, it looks honey. And we can see that it's a glass bottle, and you can very nicely see the liquid fluid flowing here and there, and honey is that. And everybody knows Bhagavad Gita is very valuable, but everybody tries to lick it, but it is tightly sealed. Only one person can open it. The password is known to one person. No, not one person, of course, a set of people, but who are they? They are Acharya Parampara. Only the authorized spiritual master can open it. So Bhagavad Gita, specifically when I say Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Gita are the verses, 700 verses spoken by Krishna to Arjuna, and the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna is the Bhagavad Gita. But the translation and purport were done by Srila Prabhupada, and he is the authorized parampara person. So he has the ability to open the lid and give us the original stuff. So those who carry the Bhagavad Gita in their hand and they roam around saying that I have learned Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes somebody was mentioning yesterday when we shared the experiences, they said in their school they used to recite the verses. So only the verses are recited and nobody knows the meaning. Oh, it's very good, very auspicious. It's Sanskrit. It sounds nice. Oh, that raga is very beautiful. This tune is very beautiful. Can you sing in that tune? Okay, tune is fine. What do you understand from it? So for this, I will start with an example given by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj. He's very expert in giving stories as analogies. Very, very nice, cute little stories. And then from that, he will make us understand big things. So this is also there in the scripture, this particular story, which I'm going to tell you. It's already there in the scriptures, but it is repeated by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So this is, Prabhupada quotes this, some lectures. He's quoting this. That one time there was a forest in which there were many, many parrots. Very beautiful, colorful parrots. So there was a hunter. He used to go and spread the net and put the grains, and then he used to take some parrots home. And then he used to take them to the market and sell it. And that money he used to run his family. So in the market, any children, somebody wants to buy parrot, they will come to him and then he will sell the parrots. So some businessman was looking nearby and this business was going okay. So one time a saint will pass through that forest and he will think why these parrots are getting caught. So let me teach them something. So he will take one of the parrot to his ashram and he will feed the parrot and keep it there. Then he will teach the parrot. The hunter will come, will spread the net, will spread the grains. You should not go and eat. So in this way, he taught every day. So the parrots generally speak and they started learning. And that one parrot started learning. Oh, the hunter will come, will spread the net, will spread the grains. We should not go and eat like that. So then this gradually, so somebody who visits the sadhu's ashram, they see this parrot singing, the hunter will come, he'll spread the net, will spray the grain, we should not go and eat like this. So, wow, it's a good parrot, nicely learned. Oh, you know that, you should not go and eat, very nice. Like that, they were appreciating. And then the saint thought, okay, fine, the training is over, let me go and leave it in the forest. And he went and left it back in the forest. So other parrots saw that the parrot was missing and it came back. And it's singing a nice song. So all the parrots learned from this parrot these songs and they repeat and repeat and repeat. The hunter will come, he'll spread the net, he'll spray the grains, but you should not go and eat. Like this, they just repeat it. And once that is done, then the next time that the hunter came, all the parrots were singing in the forest and he thought, okay, my business is over. Because they know they are singing, the hunter will come, spread the net, spread the grain. We should not go and eat. So they became very alert, maybe. So we cannot actually, everybody is alert. All the parrots are singing very nicely. Then he went back to the market without any parrots. He thought, why should I waste the grains? They all know. Why should I do this? So I have to look for some other business. And then in the market, one very sharp businessman was noting this and he asked, what happened to your business? Where are the parrots this month you didn't bring? No, they are becoming very intelligent and I'm not able to, I cannot catch them anymore. They know everything. Then that businessman said, really? I would like to see. So next time when you go, please take me. Then he said, next time I won't go only because I want. No, let's go. Please make arrangements. So the next day they came. And he came with the net and the grains and everything. Then when the businessman took him there and He saw that when they enter the forest itself, they can hear the sound very nicely, all the parrots singing, the hunter will come, spread the net, spray the grain. We should not go and eat, like this, very nicely singing. So then the businessman said, okay, oh, is it? And when they went deep inside the forest, the same thing was happening. Then the businessman said, spread the grain, just spread the net. Then the hunter was said, waste of time. They all know. Every parrot knows. Not even one or two doesn't know. They all know. They are all singing. No, you spread the grains, spray the grains also. So he spread the grains also. Then all the birds, they were on the tree, they were singing, the hunter will come, he'll spread the net, spread the grains. We should not go and eat like this. And they were looking at, they were putting all the grains and they went and hid somewhere. Then they were looking at the grains. Then they thought, the hunter will come, the hunter will come. By singing, they came down. And they started eating, they started eating the grains, and then the hunter will come, spread the net, and they were eating. We should not go and eat. And they were eating, they were eating. And then immediately the businessman said, close the net. So the hunter closed the net and he caught the parrots. And in this way, the businessman said that they know the song, but they don't know the meaning or the purpose of it. They don't know the internal, whatever it means. They didn't understand the process of escaping from a hunter. Rather, they just learned the song. So in this way, then Prabhupada and then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur compares this, that the businessman is Yama Dharmaraja. The Yama, the hunter and the businessman. The death is going to anyway come. So if we simply learn, I know this, I know that, and just by heart, mug up and recite great Sanskrit verses and these kind of things, or without understanding the meaning, oh, I know the answer. Like in schools and colleges, we don't believe in the answer. We don't really realize it, but we just would like to get the marks. So we just read it and mug it up and then reproduce the seniors' record book and we get 90 marks, 80 marks. But individually speaking, no qualification on that, no proper, genuine education on that happened. So this imbibing the values within us is very, very important. So here, when the death comes, how much ever we have recited, the Yama Dharmaraj is still waiting to catch us, because unless we have imbibed the concepts, it's impossible to escape from his hands. So this is what is the analogy which specifies. So sometimes the Bhagavad Gita is misinterpreted, that as Srila Prabhupada says, people do it for name, fame, glory, position, money, and some totally wrong interpretations, like Preeti Priyanka said and Jayalakshmi said that they write the Gita Saram or something, the Sar of the Gita, the essence of the Gita, and they write some nonsense. Whatever you have taken is taken from here, whatever you have given is, nobody will understand. And if somebody has any intention to read Bhagavad Gita, will give it up just by reading that, because it's so confusing. And he thinks Bhagavad Gita is very confusing. How can Lord's word be confusing? Lord's words will always be palatable. Anything which comes out of his mouth, let it be prasadam, saliva, or the words which are coming out of his mouth, is all palatable and wonderful. So these wrong ideas are given about Bhagavad Gita. That is one set. Another set is simply reading the verses, mugging it up and repeating, without really knowing the essence of Bhagavad Gita or knowing the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. That not just Bhagavad Gita alone, Prabhupada was very, very particular that even Vaishnavacharya songs should not be sung without understanding the meaning. So Prabhupada said, you have to make a song book and the meaning has to be there. And when you sing the song, you have to remember that meaning when you sing the song. It's very, very essential. That way, I know Tulsi Aarti, I know Nash, I know. So we know so many things. We repeat because it's a system, it's a process. But it takes more powerful, it becomes more powerful and connected with you. You can connect with the transcendence, with spirituality, by connecting with that personality. If it is Narsimadev, if it is Vaishnavacharyas, if it is Tulsi Maharani, it's Tulsi Maharani. You get connected during the process. then the consciousness gets involved and it becomes more powerful. So Prabhupada is very particular that we need to learn the meaning along with the verses or songs or whatever. Same way in Bhagavad Gita, it's not, I know fifth chapter, fourth sloka. What is it? Do you know that? Do you know? So many times Prabhupada asks his disciple, what is that? What is that sloka? Like that. Even Guru Maharaj, he used to, if when somebody, when it comes to South India, there are many impersonalist people, especially in Kerala. We have seen many times, and they ask the question. In 12th chapter, in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in 5th verse, Krishna is telling like that. And Prabhupada Guru Maharaj says, I don't know verse. Can you somebody take the book and refer and tell me what it is? And he gets the meaning, and for that meaning he gives the explanation. Rather than, oh, I know 7th chapter, I know 3rd chapter, I know, like this. No, what is the use of this? I know this birds are singing and they getting caught or the Yamadharmaraja's net. The same way we'll also get caught unless we are really connecting in a simple process of comfort without losing our we cannot need not be an imposter. Rather, we can be ourselves. What we know is what we know. What we don't know is what we don't know. Why do we need to pose in front of others? Then it will become, life will become very difficult and there will be mental frustration. So one should remain cool and calm in order to be in Krishna consciousness and involved. So when we try to pose in front of others, then it is very, very difficult for us to maintain that. And that will lead to a lot of complications. So that is the reason that we are we stay cool headed and understand very simply. I have to become devotee and friend, and that is the qualification to read Bhagavad Gita. Very simple. So these misconceptions, yesterday we were discussing. So these are certain misconceptions. We saw there are many misconceptions, especially in India, but we'll clarify one by one. So here now the qualification of how we should read Bhagavad Gita. Now teacher's qualification or institution's qualification is seen. Now the student qualification is being discussed here. Okay. Okay, somebody can start reading.
He tells Arjuna that he is relating his supreme secret to him because Arjuna is his devotee and his friend. Purport of this is that Bhagavad Gita is a treatise.
You have some issue with your audio. We are able to hear, but very, very thin voice.
He tells Arjuna,
Yeah, go ahead.
he tells Arjuna that he is relating this supreme secret to him because Arjuna is his devotee and his friend. The purport of this is that Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is especially meant for the devotee of the Lord. There are three classes of devotees, transcendentalists, namely Gnani, the Yogi, and the Bhakta, or the impersonalist, the mediator, and the devotee. Here the Lord clearly tells Arjuna that he is making him the first receiver of a new parampara, disciplic succession, because the old succession was broken. It was Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god to others. It was his wish that his teaching be distributed anew by Arjuna. He wanted Arjuna to become the authority in understanding the Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjuna, especially because Arjuna was a devotee of Lord, a direct a direct relationship, uh, a direct student of Krishna, and his intimate friend. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjuna's. That is to say, he must be a devotee in direct relationship with the Lord. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. That is very elaborate subject matter, but briefly it can be stated that a devotee is in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of the five different ways. One may be a devotee in a passive state, one may be a devotee in an active state, one may be a devotee as a friend, One may be devotee as a parent, one may be devotee as a conjugal lover. Arjuna was in relationship with the Lord as a friend. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between friendship and the friendship found in the material world. This is transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by everyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord. That relationship is evoked by perfection of devotional service. But in the present status of our life, not only have we forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. Every living being out of the many billions and trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. That is called Swarupa. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Swarupa, and that stage is called Swarupa Siddhi, perfection of one's constitutional position. So Arjuna was a devotee and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship.
Thank you, Jeevan.
Hare Krishna.
Oh,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So, some people say that even talking about the relationship individually with Krishna is advanced subject, whereas here we see in the introduction to Bhagavad Gita itself, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning about these relationships. So, all these relationships are being mentioned. So here Prabhupada starts by saying that how being a friend and a bhaktosime saha cheti. There are two things. One is being a devotee. So sometimes we become a devotee and really in a humbler way, considering Lord to be the supreme provider and protector. But a friend generally develops a intimacy with the another. If what is the difference between a devotee and being a friend? The being a friend is not little, a lot higher than simply being a devotee. Devotee may be in various platforms. Where the Supreme Lord generally as a provider and protector. But here we see that the Arjuna was friend, which actually means sharing the thoughts, asking questions intimately, getting answers. In this way, the conversation were very personal. So it's essential that individually we develop this affection with the Supreme Lord. Sometimes we know that the spiritual subjects are good, and we talk the pastimes of many pure devotees. But personally, we feel we don't have much to do with it except the following the process. Okay, I have to chant 16 times. Okay, fine. And I have to follow principles. Okay, fine. Then I have to go to the temple. Okay, fine. So in this way, and if we talk about anything related to devotion, we generally talk about somebody. Of course, acharyas we can talk that will certainly nourish our personal relationship with the Supreme Lord. But otherwise, we talk about, okay, Hanuman was a great devotee of Ramachandra, and he was somebody, and we feel that I have nothing to do with Krishna, personally speaking. I know one thing, I need to chant my rounds, I need to follow my principles, and I need to go to the temple and see the deity and offer obeisances in this way. But actually, Prabhupada very strongly mentions here that what is the result? What are we trying to achieve at last? So Bhagavad Gita is meant for devotee of the Lord. So there are three classes, not for jnanis, not for yogis, and it is for bhaktas. So the three classes already we discussed in Ishopanishad. The jnani is the one who is cultivating knowledge, and he reaches impersonal Brahmajyoti, tries to reach. And the yogi is the one who meditates on the Paramatma feature. And he also ends up in impersonalism maximum, Vishnu Lokas and impersonalism. Whereas the Bhakta is the one who is devotee. So, Jnani is called as impersonalist, and Yogi is called the meditator, who searches for God within. Sometimes people say that God is there within yourself. Why you are searching everywhere? Why you are going to temple? God is there within everywhere. Some people say that the God is everywhere. Why you are going to temple? Then the question is, if God is everywhere, he is also in the temple. So I'm going to temple. What is the big deal? And the God is there, is inside the heart. You search within the heart. And what is going on within you, if you analyze, then you need to go to hell that moment only. So the meditation is a very deeper process, and it's very difficult process, because Arjuna himself is going to refuse this, saying that it's very difficult for me to get inside and meditate and think. These are very complicated activities or process. I'm a regular external person. I'm a normal external person perceiving the world. I'm a everyday person. So this meditation going deep inside you and like very ajibsa activities, which are not part of a regular person's life. It's complicated. So this is, so not the meditator of this is yogis, they say. Yogi. The devotee is the one who casually performs the processes of devotional service. But especially within relationship with the Lord. Here the Lord clearly tells Arjuna, so making him a receiver of the new parampara disciplic succession, because the old succession was broken. So what is this old succession? Vivaswan, Manu, we will come across it in another 2-3 chapters. First, initially itself, we will come across fourth chapter starting. We will come across this disciplic succession, why it is broken. Very simple. Earlier, when the sun god came, then Krishna gave this signs, and then it seems to be little vanished. So he gives again, refreshes it to Arjuna. So it was the Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line. So then the question may be asked, some people regularly ask, that means Krishna spoke to Arjuna, and from Arjuna did the parampara start? No, this conversation was recorded by Vyasadeva, and the Vyasadeva is presenting Bhagavad Gita. So only Vyasadeva presents Bhagavad Gita. Now the question comes, what about Arjuna? He learned so many wonderful things from Krishna. He learned great things, which was, even today it is glorified, Bhagavad Gita is glorified. So what is his role? Okay, you can say he's king. No, he was not the king. Yudhishthira Maharaj was the king. Sometimes Raja Rishis, the Rajas, the kings were given this knowledge because they need to rule. They need to set up the system for favorable Krishna consciousness, favorable following the dharma of the age. So, but Arjuna was not in the responsible position. Then where does it come? During Lord Chaitanya's time, now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Ramanandaraya is Arjuna. And there was questions which were asked by earlier, Arjuna asked questions, Krishna answered in Bhagavad Gita. And this time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked question and he answers. And he lived in the bank of Godavari. He stayed and then he came back and stayed in Puri. Very, very beautiful conversation. So in this way, of course, there is beautiful teachings which are on the topmost level of Rasa Tattva. Rasa means the mellow of relationship with the Supreme Lord. Like for example, when we are born in this world, we have first Rasa, a loving exchange of giggling, smiling with mother. The baby is born, the baby is smiling, giggling, it does some activities and the mother is very happy and mother is doing some activities, the child is laughing. In this way, there is an exchange of relationship, which is very, very, it is not based on name, fame, glory, position, money, nothing. There is an exchange of love. In a very, so Prabhupada says that this material world is a perverted reflection. You cannot achieve that love here, anywhere you try. And if you want to see a little trace of what is the love exchange between Supreme Lord and the devotee or any spirit soul, you see 0.001%, very minimum, between an infant child and mother. There is some purity without any expectation of love. All other relationships, all other so-called love in this world has expectations. The expectation is the contamination in the love. So it's impossible to have personal love and affection between each other. But we can have a simple friendship for Krishna consciousness as an association. That is okay. That is possible. And a very, very loving exchange between spiritual master and disciple can be there, because spiritual master is representative of the Supreme Lord. Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Sastrair. All the Sastra says he's Sakshat Hari. The Hari has empowered his qualities in the spiritual master, Shakti Avesh, and he is sending the spiritual master. So the affection between the disciple and spiritual master, authentic, bona fide spiritual master and the disciple is a real mellow, real affection. Otherwise, between each of the devotees, we may have a spiritual relationship centered around Krishna. Then that is real. Otherwise, it's all, there's no rasa in the material world. So Prabhupada is mentioning in the world, here also is comparing that it is not like the friendship of the material world. So that is like chewing a bamboo, thinking it is a sugar cane. So there is a rasa or juice. Rasa means juice. So in relationship, there is a juice which will come out. It is very tasty. And this rasa tattva, that's called rasa tattva. The juice which is coming out of the relationship, either as a mother, perfect father, a perfect brother, perfect sister, perfect lover, perfect child. The perfection, so the reciprocation is so good that all our love is worthy of somebody. We have unlimited love to give, but is there unlimited the person to receive it and reciprocate accordingly? For example, if you're thinking of a person, okay, you love somebody. People say that, oh, I love that actress, such and such. Now, when you say you pour all your love onto him or her, does he even know you exist? First of all, does he even know you have love? No, that is too much to ask for. When he doesn't even know such a person exists in this world. And you are foolishly loving a person who don't even know that you exist. So this kind of relationships among the world, this is the chewing the bamboo. So we are chewing a bamboo. If you chew a bamboo, what will happen? Your teeth will bleed and you will drink your blood and think it's the juice of the bamboo. Wow. But when that same thing, same affection is shown towards Guru and Gauranga, then Guru Krishna, towards Krishna, when we show that affection and love, and that is real. That is chewing a sugar cane. They look similar, a bamboo and a sugar cane. But when you chew, then the sweetness is coming from that sugar cane. And you're tasting that sugar cane juice in your mouth. Very tasty. That is real rasa. And the blood which is coming out of that bamboo is your own blood. So you're spending your time, energy, effort, and affection to oblivion. There is nobody there to receive on the receiving end of your love. I love that actor, I love that actress, I love some X and Y person. That X and Y. And even if you, your own circle of love and affection, they can see that it's withering away. It is based on bodily concept. The love today is about bodily concept. It's bogus completely. Even affection between the parents and children, the children are behind the parents only for the money. Insofar parents are giving money, they put maska, masala, smile, affection. Everything is based on they are providing for me. And similar with the parents also, they expect the child to provide for them or behave properly or whatever. Without expectation, there's no affection. So there is always a payment in spiritual material world. Whereas with Krishna, it is pure. It's possible with him in various aspects. So here, Arjuna became the authority. Bhagavad Gita, because he was a devotee of the Lord. That is. So the Bhagavad Gita is a great secret, and it was revealed to him because he was the devotee of the Lord, a direct student of the Krishna, and also friend. Three things. So accepting, first of all, we should be devotee. Second, we should be student of a guru. Here, in this case, it's Krishna, but it can be Krishna's representative. So we see the basic qualification. There are three qualifications for reading Bhagavad Gita. One is you should be a devotee of the Lord. Second, you should be intimately affectionate towards the Lord. And you should be student of a spiritual master. So this is essential. Now you can ask, why should I be a student of a spiritual master? We already saw evam parampara praptam. Only by the blessing of the spiritual master and the teaching of spiritual master. Now we have Prabhupada, who has given us this book, and he is coming in an authorized disciplic succession. Apart from that, we should also have the mercy and blessings of the spiritual master in order to really understand the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna is very clearly mentioning that it is the secret. It's a secret. So, Bhaktosime Saha Cheti Rahasyam. In another place, Krishna is mentioning Bhagavad Gita as Susukam, sorry, what is that? Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Rajaguhyam. The kingly secret, secret of all secrets. King of all secrets. Rajaguhyam. Rajavidya, it's and Rajaguhyam. Because once somebody becomes a devotee, then Krishna has to listen to what the devotee says. Naturally, because a genuine and sincere affection, Krishna is very attached to. But that affection is to be learned through a proper authentic process from spiritual master. Not the affection which we have, no, Lala, oh Krishna, and Krishna is my neighboring boy, or baby in my home, and this and that. These are all called Sahajya. Having a bodily conception and then developing a love for Krishna is Sahajya. But having a bodily conception of life, we should learn the art of loving Krishna through the spiritual master is authentic. The emotions, the affection, the process, everything is authentic. But with mentality, I'm in the body and I'm developing an affection, that is not authentic. Unless you accept a spiritual master and practice Krishna consciousness under his bona fide guidance, then that devotion is not original. So there is a Chaya devotion. When we go to Nectar of Devotion, we'll see that there is a shadow of the original devotion. There is a devotion in the shadow of it. The detail we will learn there. So here we are talking about having a proper spiritual master, authentic parampara system, and then becoming a devotee of the Lord through that system, and then developing friendship with Krishna intimately. If you have a deity, you have to relate very nicely with the deity, because we are having Acharya Parampara. We are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is recommended by Parampara. So some people, they don't even chant any names of the Lord, but they call Krishna as Lala, my baby, and they keep in the lap, and they do so many things, and they feed in the spoon. All these are called Sahajya. Sahajya means taking Lord very casually. Treating the Lord cheaply, without knowing the real greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we should know the greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at the same time develop deep affection with him, knowing our constitutional position. That I'm not this body, I'm spirit, soul, I'm eternal servant of Krishna. So in this way. So as soon as one becomes devotee of the Lord, he has a direct relationship with the Lord. Now, what is the relationship? In a passive state, you may be a fan club. Maybe only in a passive adoration. Adoration means, wow, okay, fine. Oh, Krishna is so wonderful, Krishna is. So in this way, just become adoring Krishna, or the passive state, one can be a devotee. That is called Shantarasa, which doesn't involve any activity. Or I'm part of the fan club. Do you like Krishna? Yeah, I like Krishna. That's it. And the second is, the next level is in an active state as a servant. Now, almost all of us are there in this state. We are devotee in the active state, that we accept, we do service to Krishna. We chant Hare Krishna, we hear about him, then we have some deity or photograph, we offer foodstuffs to the deity, foodstuffs to the photograph. These are all services. We cook for the Lord, we offer for the Lord. In this way, and we do some arati. This kind of way, we started serving the Supreme Lord. We are serving the Supreme Lord. So that is in an active state. Even the tongue moving. The tongue is moving, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We chant. Then the tongue is moving. That means you become a devotee in an active state. So that is the next level. But in Vrindavan, we have servants of Krishna. This is called servitude. And then there are stones, there are chairs, there are those all are living entities in spiritual world, and they are in the passive state, Shanta Rasa. And this is Dasya Rasa, Dasa, becomes servant of Krishna. So each of us can have relationship with Krishna individually. It is possible. oh, he's a great devotee. Prabhupada is a great devotee. He will be like that. I'm not like that. No, not like that. Everybody is qualified. If you're a spirit soul, it's a birthright of a spirit soul is to be in affection and relationship with Krishna. Okay. Yeah. There was a question. There is a question. We'll just address it at 10 o'clock. One may be our devotee as a friend. And that is, we see Arjuna, very nice devotee as a friend. And when we start sharing things and heart to heart conversation, gradually, when we serve, we develop friendship with Krishna. Authentically, authorizedly we do, automatically the process will take us to the next level. We need not endure for the next level. Becoming a servant is a primary aspect. But after that, we are like an escalator. The process is very, very powerful. That will take us through this. And devotee as a parent, it can be a conjugal lover. So Arjuna's relationship was a friend. The difference between, certainly there's a gulf of difference between the one who found in the material world. Material world, it is impossible jiva attains a rasa from another jiva to jiva relationship. Sometimes in the name of spirituality, personality development is happening, how you should behave with other jivas, how you can develop a very amicable relationship with other jivas. These are all like materialistic. It's totally materialistic. The reason is, it is impossible to develop a relationship between jiva to jiva. The possibility, unless Krishna is connected. So, as a spiritual master and disciple, there can be a relationship. As associates, there can be a relationship. But otherwise, whatever is the temporary relationship right now, so based on our karma, sometimes it will be sweet, sometimes it will be bitter, and it has to be tolerated. And we just need to continue to enhance the relationship with Krishna, which is the real point of attention here, which is missing. But relationship with others and everything, we either messed it up or did it good. All that happened millions and millions of lifetimes. In this one lifetime, you can miss on that. There is no issue. But you need to concentrate on that which you totally missed the eternal time, that is the relationship with Krishna. So this transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by everyone, but everyone can have particular relationship with the Lord, and it is evoked by the perfection of devotional service. So we need to perform devotional service in an authentic way. Then certainly this affection will be awakened within our heart. Krishna is already fully conscious of every living entity. Only we are Krishna unconscious. We, from our side, we are not Krishna conscious. But Krishna is Supreme Lord. He doesn't have forgetfulness. He doesn't have any faults. So he is conscious of us. His affection for us is never reduced. From his side, it's perfect. But from our side, we have forgotten. We are also perfect, but we have forgotten. We need to remind it back and awaken it. It's already there, only it has to awaken. So in the present status of our life, not only we have forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. So the primary aspect is, okay, whenever we get together as devotees, what should we do? We should talk about Krishna, talk about Krishna. What do you know about Krishna to talk about him? You have forgotten him. So we have to enhance our relationship with Krishna. So the devotional service takes primary aspect. More than directly approaching the Supreme Lord, approaching devotional service, discussing about how to perform devotional service, how to spread the devotional service is very, very important. Very important. So every living being out of many, many trillions of, so we forgotten with the is possible by awakening is possible by devotional service only. Perfection of devotional service is what is the perfection of devotional service? We reviving our relationship. So every living being out of many, many billions and trillions of living has particular relationship. Nobody need to share Krishna. Oh, you also have that Krishna. Yeah, that is your Krishna. This is my Krishna. Why? It's a one Krishna only, but of course, each of us have one Krishna. So there is every one of us individually can have a relationship with us. Oh, how wonderful is this? What is the science? So beautiful. And Krishna can individually reciprocate fully to that respective soul for the complete satisfaction, complete, can say, complete happiness, ananda. So this is called a Swarupa, the body of the spirit soul. The body of the spirit soul and the body and the personality are non-different. In material world, we have a body separate from the soul. Soul is separate, body is separate. But in spiritual world, soul and body are same. The soul itself is a body. It's a personality. Swayam Rupa. Swa means mine, original Rupa, form. So soul is not formless. It has a form. So then how do you call that form? We call a Swarupa. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Swarupa. We can get back that form. Like now we are like a child in the womb. No hands, no legs, like that. But when we perform Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam. This way, when we start hearing about Krishna, when we talking about Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, we develop these senses. And then with the, of course, under the authorized Acharya Parampara. If somebody is practicing anything without Acharya, then he is not connected with Krishna. So only when he is connected with Krishna in the initiation ceremony. But then he develops after. Before that, it's only a practice. The originality starts from initiation. And that stage is called Harupa Siddhi, the perfection of one's constitutional position. So Arjuna was a devotee and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship. So we will read this, continue this tomorrow again. Okay, so there is one question.
Shri Krishna Mataji, we can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So the Kshatriyas, till what did you hear? I read the question. Did you hear?
No.
No, Mataji.
No? Okay. So there is one question here in the chat. There is one question there in this chat. Very nice question asked by Jayalakshmi Mataji. Hare
You had
Krishna
asked
Mataji.
us as an assignment, Mataji, in the previous unit. This was an assignment question that you gave us to say, to kind of find out how Arjuna is in our parampara.
Okay. You found it out? You want to say something?
I think you just told me about that Ramananda Raya at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You just
Yeah. As far as the exact happening of Bhagavad Gita is concerned, I want to clarify certain things. The first thing is, the Kshatriyas are supposed to rule the kingdom, whereas the Brahmanas are supposed to teach. The Acharya generally are Brahmanas. So the Kshatriyas are taught by the Brahmanas or the spiritual masters in order to establish a system within the country so that every citizen will take up spiritual life. He will be continuing with his own occupational duties. The citizens of the country will be continuing with their occupational duty. At the side by side, they will also be getting liberated from this material bondage. So it is the responsibility of the king to set up a system like this. So the Kshatriyas are being taught. It is not that when the Kshatriyas are being taught by a spiritual master, the Kshatriya will become a guru In those days, I am telling about Varnashrama system, and during Krishna and Arjuna's time, I am talking about that. Okay, right now there is everybody Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha, and each of us can become spiritual master because the Varnashrama Dharma is broken. We all become Jai Krishna Tattva Hoi, say Guru Hoi. Whoever knows Krishna Tattva properly, let it be Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, anybody, whoever it is, they can become Guru. This is authorized by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, during the speaking of Bhagavad Gita time, you should understand Bhagavatam's time. The Bhagavatam was spoken to Parikshit Maharaj by Sukadev Goswami. But as soon as Sukadev Goswami spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Parikshit Maharaj, he entered the fire emanated out of the snake, Daksha, and got killed. So why did Parikshit Maharaj didn't start a parampara? That may be the question. So the Kshatriya was not spoken, but in the same assembly, of course, there was many important people like Narada Muni and so many of the rishis and all were there. But primarily, Saunaka Rishi was, Suta Goswami was there, Suta Goswami. He listened very nicely, this conversation. So the Suta Goswami who listened the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami is authority for Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. He became the Acharya of Bhagavatam. Then Naimisharanya Rishi, so many people are asking, then he is explaining. It is need not necessarily the Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit. So Parikshit only will become Acharya. The kings are given this knowledge in order to establish a system for the citizens to practice Krishna consciousness nicely. The duty of a king is to establish a system where the citizens go towards liberation, go and practice Yuga Dharma, whatever Dharma of the age has to be set up by the king. In the, even for the prosperity of the kingdom, even for the prosperity and proper reigns, the demigods have to give. And for that, the king has to set up a system where the citizens, apart from their occupational duty, are side by side practicing the individual spiritual progress, at the same time performing Yuga Dharma to satisfy the demigods who will give the rains, and then the grains will come, and the city and the country will be auspicious. So this is the duty of a king. So they are being taught in the Kshatriya families. They are being taught. It's not that every Kshatriya who is being taught will become Acharya Guru and he'll start teaching further. So that is the duty, that a Guru may have many disciples. So then the Brahmana disciples are there, they will go ahead with the Acharyas. So we have an Acharya Parampara list in our Bhagavad Gita itself, at the end of the introduction. You can have a look in your book, hard copy. Now I can share and show you that everybody whom you see is Acharyas only. So, I don't know. You can see here. So Krishna spoke to Brahma, Brahma spoke to Narada. So if you see Narada, he doesn't have a family, he's not a Kshatriya, he's not taking care of a kingdom. And Vyasadeva is also fully dedicated saint. Madhvacharya, if you go to Udupi in South India, Karnataka, you can see Udupi Mutt and all that, and there's a Mutt. And their duty is only to spread the spiritual teachings. And his disciple was Padmanabha, Narahari, Madhva. So like this, we see everybody, nobody is a king here. And Vyasadeva is the literary incarnation. So what he did is, Bhagavad Gita, which is a conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna, is actually captured by Vyasadeva, and he has given it to us. That is the parampara. We are learning from this parampara, not Arjuna creates a parampara. We'll come back to Arjuna a little later. I don't want you to bring Lord Chaitanya's pastimes here. Of course, that's an advanced knowledge. But basically, for those people who just argue, second is, Vyasadeva is the one who compiled Bhagavatam also. Oh, who spoke Bhagavatam? Parikshit Maharaj was spoken to Parikshit Maharaj by Sukadeva Goswami. Neither Sukadeva Goswami wrote it, nor Parikshit Maharaj wrote it. It was written by Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the only person who compiles. So, for this only, Nishopanishad introduction, in order to clarify this only, in Ishopanishad introduction, we saw that Shruti. Can anybody tell what Shruti means? You are all prepared for the exam in Ishopanishad? What does Shruti mean?
Knowledge that is passed by hearing.
It is passed only through hearing. If you find any writing, who is the only authorized writer from whom writing started? From whom? Yes, Abhishek, thank you. Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the literary incarnation who put it in the form of books. Before that, it was Guru will tell, disciple will listen. Guru will tell, disciple will listen. So Vyasadeva is the only authorized person at that time. And then through him, further it spread. Now, whichever we are reading is also Bhagavad Gita from Vyasadeva and Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva, not from Arjuna and Parikshit. So we should understand the parampara in which we are there. It is literary incarnation Vyasadeva. This is point number 1. And keeping it aside, what about the teachings of Arjuna? It is recorded by, of course, very nicely recorded by Vyasadeva. But more than that, there are so many realizations of Arjuna will be there. Arjuna was the best friend of Krishna. Then how can I know from him? So if you have interest, then in Chaitanya Leela, Arjuna comes as Ramananda Raya. And the Ramananda Raya was in the Godavari river's bank. He was the governor. And he was living in Rajamundry. And then near the Rajamundry somewhere. And then Lord Chaitanya, when he came in South Indian Yatra, he met South Indian preaching mission and walking. That time he met Ramananda Raya there and they had a conversation. And in that, Lord Chaitanya is asking many questions. What is the purpose of life? Only one question he asked, what is the purpose of life? What is the activity one need to do? Then Ramananda Raya starts by saying Varnashrama Dharma. And then from Varnashrama Dharma, he goes further into Jnana Yoga and other, whatever Bhagavad Gita, that is repeated. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks more and more and more. Then Ramananda Raya goes to Dasya Rasa, then Sakya Rasa, then Vatsalya Rasa, then Madhurya Rasa. Whatever list we are seeing, the relationships. And then the Braja Bhakti is the greatest. Like that, there is a sweet conversation where now Krishna is asking question and Arjuna is answering. That's again a very beautiful. And that's also not recorded by Ramananda Raya. It is recorded, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is recorded by Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So somebody may record a conversation where two people speak. It doesn't mean the hearer only should become an acharya. Need not necessarily. You got it? There are many Kshatriyas. They hear from Brahmanas and they put it into practice. But Arjuna was something special. He has to return. There is a very, very intimate pastimes, especially with Arjuna, that we can discuss later outside the class somewhere, because this is a Bhakti Shastri class getting recorded. So I don't want to put that portions here, which are kind of an advanced thing. The original thing is Krishna wanted to know the affection, the devotional service, which he didn't know. Supreme Lord is incomplete. When we say he don't know, the don't know is not there in Krishna. He knows everything. So there is only one portion he didn't know. How does a devotee feel? What does a devotee see in the role of a devotee? So in order to become complete, Lord Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya. So that time he inquired from devotees and he understood this rasa tattvas. And he himself became a devotee and he experienced also it. Both theory and practical. Theory, he heard from Ramananda Raya. And practical, he personally practiced Krishna consciousness and enjoyed as a devotee. He was jumping and dancing in front of Rath Yatra. and doing every time kirtan and talking about Krishna. And in this way, what is the rasa devotee yields, that he yielded in that pastime. So there, he wanted to know more about Krishna consciousness and the devotee's perspective, and he learned it from Arjuna. So that is the reason he spoke Bhagavad Gita internally speaking. That is the conversation between friends. So that is a friendship. This is friendship is mutual. You can see when Arjuna asked question, Krishna answered. Now Krishna asked question, Arjuna answers. So why should I fight? That is a question Arjuna will ask. We didn't even start Bhagavad Gita, right? What is the point in asking questions on Bhagavad Gita? We have not yet even started it. So this is very, very sweet pastimes. That is between friendship to friendship. Where so that is where Arjuna spoke. It's not that Arjuna didn't speak. Arjuna spoke, and that is also recorded. Krishna speaking is recorded, and then Arjuna speaking is also recorded. And it's in the advanced book. What is that advanced book? That advanced book is the same Vyasadeva. He appeared as Vyasadeva only is the authority. So he appeared again as Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur is Vyasadeva himself. And wherever Bhagavatam finishes, Chaitanya Charitamrita starts and Chaitanya Leela is starting. So here he gave Chaitanya Bhagavatam. So the latest Bhagavatam is Chaitanya Bhagavatam. The old Bhagavatam 5000 years ago written is this Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, which we are having about all Puranic history of how the world was created, how the Brahma's Diskalpa was created and all this stuff. Okay, knowing all those stuff. And what is happening right now is also the incarnation, which is current incarnation. All the incarnations will be recorded in Bhagavatam. So the Bhagavatam, 10th canto ends with Krishna and 11th canto talks about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can say, is the advanced feature of Lord Krishna. Where Srimati Radharani and Krishna together, with the internal potency together, they are coming and they are acting and they are showing us. So that is more complete. So that is Chaitanya Charitamrita, is Krishna along with his internal potency. Very, very advanced and very simple. Krishna consciousness, very simple because it's a natural position of us, natural constitutional position of a living entity. So whatever is natural is very comfortable. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is very pleasing to the heart and soothing to the heart. And then the practicing anything which is given there is so comfortable and pleasing to us. And the rasa and ananda which we get it from the Lord Chaitanya's pastime, we cannot even get in any other pastimes because it's our natural state of existence. Whether we are inside the body, when the trapped in the body or not, doesn't matter. In every state, the Atma becomes very blissful and happy when it practices that kind of devotional service, which is so natural for us. And that is what Lord Chaitanya learned from Arjuna. I mean, Ramananda Raya. Got it? Okay, anyway, we are crossing the time. You can certainly put the questions. Okay, did any of you did that homework which I give you? Okay, maybe that is the question you asked. And you can put any questions in the group or privately to me, I can answer it. And if it is genuine, then it can be put in the group also. I can share it in the group. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, kripasindubhya evacha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Uttaraj ki jai.
Jai.
Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.